So today is one day before New Year Eve. So today the topic is New Year resolve. How you're going to end the new year well and you start a fresh period of time, new year. Okay. So it's a good opportunity to take stock of your year. So this year has not been easy for many people because of pandemic. So many people, cannot go to work and is sick and is have the closed business and many different changes that happen this year all over the world. So, but it's also an opportunity for growth. So you learn a lot of things about yourself and you have to develop a lot of good qualities. So this end of the year is a good opportunity for you to figure out what you have learned and what you like to continue to learn or what you want to develop next year. Okay? So Swami Sivananda gave you a guideline called the New Year Resolve. It's a form. A New Year Resolve is something that you write. Yeah. Tomorrow you write.
I can share them on Google.
And it's in 2 copies. So you write 1 to offer into the fire on the 31st night. Yeah, you make a little fire and then you pray the prayer and then you offer to the fire. Yeah, so that this go into heaven. And 1 copy you keep for you. Okay, you write your name, the date, so the God of fire recognize who are you. So send the proper message to heaven. Okay, so now Priya Chaitanya will send this
a Google Drive link on this
Google
chat
Drive
box.
link in this chat box.
You can download.
Okay, so you can download. So you need to take a little time to think about last year and make some resolve for new year. Okay, it's important at the end of the year you do this. So now when you take a new year resolve, which is a decision of what you want to do next year, some promise to yourself, then you break it. You fail. You make a resolve and then you fail. Why? Why when you make a resolve and you fail? Because you make a resolve on something that you are not strong yet. Because if I make a resolve on something very easy, like I say, okay, next year, 2022, Swami Sita will not smoke. Then I'm successful 100%. Because I never smoke in my life. But if I make a resolve, 2022, Swami Sita will never be angry. Yeah, that will be difficult, more difficult. Okay, so but you have to take a resolve that is a little bit difficult, but it's feasible. But if you take a resolve on something that is impossible, let's you say, year 2022, Swami Sita will will go to nirvana. Yeah, it will be difficult. Okay? So something too difficult, not good. Something too easy, not good. So something reasonably difficult. Then you have to see that you will fail 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 10 times. But then after you see that you fail 5 times, 3 times, wow, 2 times, wow, the whole year, 1 time, then you know that you make progress. Okay? You make progress when things are difficult for you to do and you are able to do it, but you're still failing because it's difficult, but then you make progress. You understand? So you don't make resolve on something that is too easy for you. So you need to think about this, because you like to improve your life quickly. In 1 year, it's a lot of time. 365 days, so much change for you to progress. So now we have 2 days to think about this. So Swami Sivananda, this form, he asked you a few simple things. He say, I will get up at certain time. So you need to decide what time you want to get up. Because the first time in the morning to do meditation is the best time. It will change the rest of your day. So you decide, I want to get up at 6 o'clock a.m. every day. I want to meditate 15, 20 minutes. Or how long? Daily. Okay. Repetition of mantra, practice introspection. Number 3, I will perform asana, pranayama, relaxation for 1 hour and a half, 90 minutes daily, or for 60 minutes daily. Now that you can make decision. Number 4, I will endeavor to eat and drink only wholesome, non-harmful food. So that you can make decision that you don't eat the food that will be harmful for others. Yeah, and it's not good for you. Number 5, I will speak the truth at all costs during this year. So you can make that decision. Number 6, I feel generous. I will give away certain amount of my income in charity. That you can make resolve. Because we have the tendency to accumulate, and we don't have the tendency to give in charity. So we can make resolve. I will perform selfless service and do daily good acts at least 1 time a day. You can make resolve. Yeah. That you always would try to, every day you remember to do some good action. And then 8, I will spend time in satsanga and study of scripture to uplift my mind. So you make resolve that you would study, every day. And then number 9, I will cultivate 3 virtues this year. So we will find out what are the virtues that you need to say. For example, cheerfulness and acceptance and detachment or whatever. Okay, so 3 virtues you need to decide. And things not to do, you can say, Swami Sivananda suggests, number 1, not to do, not smoking, not gambling, not going to do mindless browsing of internet, and not taking stimulants. You make a decision. I will slow down, be aware of my weakness. So you need to find out what is your weakness. So you need to slow down and try to conquer your weakness and become stronger this year. Number 3, I will not think or say any angry, harsh or vulgar words toward anyone during this year. So you make that decision. I will not entertain hatred or evil thoughts towards anyone, and I will forgive them. So there is many instances that it's possible for you to be angry and to hate people, but you have to make a resolve that you will not do it. I will eradicate 3 negative tendencies of my mind. So you have to decide on 3 negative tendencies, and then you list it down. Okay, so this is the homework. Số 8. I will spend time in satsanga. Satsanga means company, in meditation or study scripture. Okay, so that means you will put your mind in a positive influence this year. You decide that you will do like you do now, yearly, weekly, you come to satsanga with me, so that you can make a resolve. I will continue next year to do that. Then I have to make the resolve that I have to give satsang, international satsang, every week. So it has to be my resolve. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to give you a few guidelines on how to do a survey of your year. Okay. So your year you need to ask yourself question. According to the 4 lines, 4 paths of yoga, there is a certain thing that we need to improve. So the first path of yoga, or called karma yoga. So you can ask yourself the question, if last year you have done your duty well, whatever your duty, if you are a teacher, you're a student, if you're a mother, if you have children, if you have parents, if you have a job. So did you do your duty well? Yoga teaches you that performance of duty without attachment frees us from karma. You have to remember that our duty is to our own birth as well, which is the duty for your self-growth. Not just duty toward other people, but you also have duty toward yourself. Spiritual practice is duty toward yourself. So you ask yourself the question, did I do my duty well toward myself or to others? Okay. So how can I improve this year? So you can make a resolution. Yeah, this year, when you make this resolve, you know, I will spend 1.5 hours daily to do asana, pranayama, meditation, japa. So these are duty toward yourself. Okay. If I do some charity or I do some good action, that is duty toward other people. If you decide that you spend more time with your mother, with your children, and you take care of them, so that is duty toward others. Okay. So now in the performance of duty, sometimes you are good and sometimes you are not good. Sometimes you want to escape from your duty. So who is asking?
No, she just sent a question.
Yeah, don't ask question now. You can ask us at the end, otherwise get me distracted. So when you do, everyone has their personal duty. I cannot say it for you. You decide. Yeah, your duty toward your family is your duty. Duty toward your job is a duty. Duty toward your study is a duty. Everyone has a sense of duty. Yeah, and by doing your duty, that's how you grow in life. But by escaping duty, you don't like your life, you don't like your duty, you like to travel around the world. Yeah, so you quit your duty, you don't like to do that. And that is something to improve. So did you improve in your capacity to accept your situation in life? You ask yourself a question. Sometimes you don't accept, so you have a lot of desire, so you don't want to do your duty. Yeah, you have temptation to run away from your duty. And sometimes you think that you don't have time, but you have a lot of time, but you need to rethink about your priority, how you use your time. Okay, so end of the year is a good time to think about your time, how you spend your time, and to think about how you are you contented? Because if you are all the time full of desire, lot of ambition, lot of desire, then it's difficult for you because you always feel dissatisfied. Okay, so everyone needs to learn to transform karma to dharma. What that means? Karma is something that you feel pushed to do. Karma is a kind of inner obligation that you feel. But dharma is when you take this inner impulse and you turn it around. Yeah, you act it out, but with selflessness and detachment. So you transform your life from karma to dharma. Okay, so every year you try to do that. Yeah, that means you transform your karma into something more selfless. Okay, so to know how to, if you have done that, you can ask these questions. When you are criticized, remember last year, when you are criticized, were you detached? If you are selfless and detached, then it's a good indication that you have turned your karma to dharma. But if you are criticized and you are very upset and you are losing your calm and you find it very difficult, yeah, so that means that you are still very much stuck in that karma. Okay, so you need to improve in the sense of detachment, the sense of selflessness, the sense of being tolerant, being flexible, and accepting. The more that you be able to do that, the more you'll be able to turn the karma to dharma. That means the same life, but you make it, you improve yourself. So another point that you can write down and you can think about it is the capacity of adaptation and to be flexible, right? So, and for example, the karma, collective karma, yeah, about the pandemic is a collective karma, okay? So the yoga farm and the ashram here in Vietnam have very good staff that are yogis, and they are very quick. So the moment that they cannot open and cannot welcome guests, and they do their duty as a teacher, so they turn immediately everything into online teaching, and they continue to do their dharma, which is teaching. Yeah, if they cannot teach when people come there, then they turn into online teaching. Yeah, So that means that they are adapting. They continue to do their karma, their dharma, but they are adapting to the situation instead of being angry and then don't do anything. Yeah. So you can ask yourself, did you have developed a skill of adaptation or not? Okay. And then you can ask yourself, did I improve in my expectation toward other people? Because in life, in your karma, you know, karma, paying up debt, yeah, we need to develop selflessness and detachment. Okay? But if we all the time have this expectation toward other people don't do things we like, and we get angry, upset, yeah. So that means that you are not have developed the skill yet, okay, of adaptation, flexibility, acceptance that will make you be able to go through the karma easier, okay. So flexibility is important, adaptation is important. So you ask yourself, did you develop that quality or not? Okay. And acceptance, not expectation, but acceptance. Okay. So sometimes situation is difficult, but you have to accept. So the more that you be able to accept, the better it is. Yeah? But sometimes you are not accepting, and then you blame. You turn around and you're angry and you blame. So that means that you still, you're not accepting the karma and you're creating new karma. Okay. So you can ask also yourself the question, have you improved in your level of consciousness when you feel that you are more concerned about a bigger group than your own? So a person that is selfish, they think only of themselves. And then they think of their family. And then they think of their village. Then they think of their town. They think of their nation. But they don't care about other people. Okay? So if you improve, and the pandemic have taught us, the COVID has taught us to be concerned about other countries as well. Because if other countries are sick, you also will be sick. You will not be free from COVID when other people are still infected. And if someone infected somewhere, and you'll be infected some over here. So you start to learn to see different countries have the same situation as yours. And then you develop the level of consciousness that we are all one and we're all connected. So check about that. Did you improve in that or not? Because the more that you improve in the consciousness, and you start to think of something bigger than your own immediate environment, then you improve. If not, try to improve. Did you improve in collaboration skill? Okay. So sometimes you don't collaborate, you just do things on your own, and then you compete with other people, but you don't collaborate. Okay, so if you improve in collaboration, it's a very good thing. If not, you can write down on the New Year resolve, this year I'd like to improve my collaboration skill. Okay. Now ask yourself question, did I improve in my communication skill? Sometimes you are not able to communicate. So you are not clever in communication, you are not nice in communication, you are angry in communication, or you don't talk at all, and you feel like people don't understand you. So you need to improve in communication skill. Yeah, maybe you did, then you write it down. Maybe you didn't, then you can also write it down for next year. Now you can ask yourself, did I improve in my listening skill? Yeah. So listening to other people. It's a good quality. And sometimes you don't want to listen, but you just want to talk. So you have to learn to open up to others and listen. Okay. Did I improve in my empathy skill? Empathy means open your heart and listen to other people's feeling and feel for other people. Yeah. So sometimes you only use your head to think, but you don't use your heart to feel for other people. You feel that they suffer. Okay. As much as you. Yeah. So instead of, dismissing people because they feel different than you, then you become more empathetic. You understand where they come from. Okay. So that is a good skill to keep your heart open. And then you have to improve also in the sense of a mission, or the sense of there is something higher in life that you want to accomplish. Okay. So you become clearer and clearer every year about what is it that you are supposed to be doing in this life. Okay. So I'm lucky because I know what I'm doing. I like to teach yoga. I want to continue to teach yoga. Okay. But it did not come all of a sudden, So I have to make a lot of choices, a lot of self-sacrifice. Yeah. So then that's what you have to ask yourself. Did I do self-sacrifice last year? Can I improve in it? Yeah? Did I improve in overcoming of fear of public criticism? Because again, in your expansion, you need to be able to face other people criticism. If you don't take other people criticism, yeah, and you're afraid of people public criticism, then you don't take risk, and you are small. You try to stay small, so then you don't make any risk, take any risk, then you are not growing that much. Okay. The more that you can be detached from the external and you follow your inner voice, the more you can free your soul. Okay. You also can ask yourself question, did I improve in the detachment towards the idea of success? Because everyone has an idea, I'm successful only if I have $100,000 in the bank. Yeah, I'm only successful if I have 5,000 people, friends in Facebook. Yeah. So you have all these criteria of success that are not really very good. Yeah. So you have to change the criteria of success, to know that it is the improvement in your sense of self. This is the criteria of success, the inner quality, more than an external quality. And you can, you also can be detached not only from criticism, but also from praise. Yeah, people praise you, oh, you are good, and you feel so good. People criticize you and you feel bad. So you have to see how you behave. Yeah, are you calm? Are you calm in all extreme? People dislike you, you're calm. People like you, you're calm. Okay. So ask yourself the question also, did I improve last year in overcoming laziness and procrastination? Yeah. I mean, certain good thing that you need to do. Let's say you need to do asana. You know it's good for your mind. You know it's good for your health. But you always put it off. You always say, oh, tomorrow. Yeah, and tomorrow. Okay, so if you do that, then it's a habit of laziness and habit of procrastination. So you need to write down then in your New Year resolve, next year, 2022, I would not procrastinate. Yeah, I do what I need to do then and there. Okay, so you decide. And then you try to make your action more selfless. So you dedicate your action. Yeah. And then you serve with humility. So you can ask yourself question, you know, how can I improve in my humility? Okay. You look back at yourself. The end of the year is a good time to look back at yourself and see about your self-image and the idea of who you are. And you can see, did you still have the attitude to be a victim? Everyone has a tendency to think like this. Whatever happened, they think, oh, I'm a victim. I cannot do anything. Poor me. And then you blame somebody else. Okay? So it's a wrong attitude. Nobody is doing anything to you. Yeah, if the situation of abuse is there, it depends on your own waking up from that situation. You affirm yourself and change, yeah, your ideal relationship with others. Yeah, if you are abused, you don't accept abuse. Okay, then things change. But you cannot just say, oh, poor me, poor me. Okay, so check in your mind if your idea about yourself is fatalistic and pessimistic. Yeah, fatalistic when you say, oh, whatever I do, things are always the same anyway. Pessimistic means, you know, negative thinking. So do you have this negative thinking? Do you have some kind of project you want to do? But then your mind say, oh no, it's not going to be successful and I'm not going to do it. The first obstacle you receive, then you stop. Yeah. So then you need to improve in self-assertion, in positivity, on seeing the vision long-term, and be patient to one step at a time. Okay. So you need to have a positive idea about yourself and also certain called self-acceptance. You have to accept yourself with the strength and the weakness that you have, and you try to improve every day a little bit slowly. Okay. And the path of you also want to improve in the path of bhakti yoga, means on devotion. So am I talking too fast? You are okay? We can continue. Yeah, okay. So you have you go through like this: karma yoga, yeah, raja yoga. The sense of self is jnana yoga. The feeling, the openness of heart is bhakti yoga. Yeah. So you ask yourself, did the last year, did my idea about happiness have improved? Did I understand that happiness comes from within? Or I still expect that happiness comes from outside? The more that you are successful in practicing yoga, the more the sense of happiness will come from within. And you have that certainty. Yeah. So then you would put more energy into practice, because the practice gave you yourself. Yeah. And then you find the happiness. If you don't practice, then you are completely eaten up by everything outside. Yeah. Then you are more and more unhappy. Okay. So this year, you need to make sure that you become more happy. And how you become more happy is try to take care of yourself. You have self-love, you care about yourself, you care about what you like to do. Yeah. Self-love. Okay. You need to pursue the idea of oneness, of unity. Because if you understand the happiness of somebody also is important as much as yours. Yeah. So you understand that we are one. So by taking care of your happiness, you also take care of other people's happiness. How much that you are selfless, you have selfless love, how much your heart is open. Okay? So you can ask that, how much you have purified your emotions. Yeah, your emotions can go up and down, yeah, and make you unhappy. So how much you have purified your emotions? You can ask yourself that question. Did you work on yourself? You know, did you see your pattern of emotional pattern in your mind? I give you a few so you can recognize. For example, you have a pattern of self-pitying. We said already. Yeah, all the time victimized attitude. Then you need to replace with self-confidence. Or you can have the habit of being attached. Okay. So then when your object of attachment change, then you are miserable. Okay. So you have to change it to the attitude of detachment. So do a survey to find out your mental pattern in your mind. I told already, attachment, self-pity, guilt, a guilt feeling. You need to replace with forgiveness, regret. All the time you live in the past, then you need to replace it with acceptance, fear, all the time afraid, then you need to replace it with courage, neediness, then you need to replace it with self-reliance. Self-reliance means I don't need anything, I don't need anybody. Not that you become selfish, but you become stronger. Ask yourself if you have the pattern of heart closing. Yeah, you love only a certain time and other time you close. Yeah, then try to think about the way how you can open your heart. See, there is so much things that you can do, that you can improve. For example, you notice that you are missing compassion in your heart, that you are very judgmental and you don't try to understand people where they're from, and you are very critical of them, lack of compassion. Yeah. Or you discover that you have a lot of anxiety, yeah, and then you don't have faith. And during the pandemic, so many people have anxiety and stress, yeah, and then but they don't turn to their faith. Yeah. But if you can have more and more faith, yeah, then everything happened by the will of God, and you know that God is good and God will take care of you. So then you don't worry about this. Okay. So I can continue. You can be fanatic, sectarian, or the opposite is tolerance and unity. Okay. So the world is split. People are fighting each other. Yeah, many countries. In USA, the same. In Europe, the same. Yeah, people, you know, they have a certain idea what is right and wrong, and then they become intolerant. Yeah. So other quality, for example, hatred or self-hatred, then you have to develop compassion. Egoism, me and mine attitude all the time, then you have to develop unity. Okay, anger, that is full, unfulfilled desire, then you have to develop acceptance and patience. If you have the pattern in the mind of separation and isolation, then you need to replace it with the feeling of oneness and connectedness. Okay, so many qualities that you can try to explore. Okay, so in Bhakti Yoga, you can see if you improve by seeing your relationship with the divine. Okay, if you spend more time worshiping, cleaning the altar, cleaning the temple, yeah, and see God in other people, you know, so you don't hurt them, you listen to them, and then you practice gratitude. That means you are content. Okay, calmness, faith, acceptance, surrender to God's will. Did you do that? I'm sure you must have done, because nobody understands where the virus come from. So then we have to accept, you know, and we have to be calm and continue. Okay, so we learn a lot in that test of the pandemic, you know, how to react, because sometimes you cannot really be angry. Yeah? You have to accept. You have to surrender, to accept there is something higher that you can comprehend that make things happen like that. Okay. So you can check also what your lifestyle, okay, of last year. Yeah, how's your prana? Is your prana high, or most of the time you're exhausted? Okay, and how do you spend your free time to recharge? Yeah, last year did you take any vacation? Maybe not because lockdown. But did you try to spend more time in nature? Okay, so ask that question and make the New Year resolve to spend more time in nature. Okay, and to regulate your lifestyle. So get up early with the sun, don't stay up too late, eat proper food to increase the prana. Okay? So this is a question of lifestyle. And, you know, the 5 points of yoga. Do asanas, do pranayama, relaxation and stress, and learn to combat the stress, you know, by acceptance, being flexible. And then the point number, so 5 points is proper exercise, is asana, pranayama, relaxation, self-study, no, relaxation, and what else?
5 point.
Diet. Yeah. Diet. Proper diet. As you improve your diet, and then meditation. Okay. So you can go, another last point is you can do the survey about your lifestyle. Did you improve in the food, in the regularity of your food? Did you know to eat better? Did you spend time relaxing? Yeah, go in nature, have some kind of helpful, positive entertainment or creativity that you do. Okay. And then in general, you need to check your mind. How's your mind? Is your mind better? Is your mind more concentrated? Or your mind is more distracted? Is your mind calm? Or your mind has a lot of highs and a lot of lows? Okay. Did you experience any depression or self-destructive thoughts last year? Okay. You try to avoid the tendency to have too much sensual desires, too much excessive material motivation, too much competition, too much, you know, not respecting other people, abusing other people. Yeah. So you need to be aware of this tendency, and you need to make sure, affirm the good idea that next year I want to be more calm, be more focused, to be more stable, to be more patient, to be more forbearing, to not be lazy, to be not comparing, not judging other people, be more turning inward, practice meditation, and improving your virtues. Okay, so you do a checklist of these qualities within you, you know, and so that is part of the self-transformation, when you know what to check. Yeah, because if you don't know what to check, what to improve, then you cannot improve. So that's about it. So you can see, you know, you can think of three good qualities you want to improve next year, and 3 weaknesses you try to avoid. Okay, so you have until tomorrow to think, and then make a decision, and make a decision about lifestyle, you know, that you want to do asana, pranayama, meditation. Make a decision about your relationship with others. Make a decision about your consciousness level you want to achieve. So you need to plan from now to tomorrow. It's time for you to plan, to have a vision, a clear idea. Yeah. And then it's easier after that. Okay. So that is a little hint about how to do New Year resolve at the end of the year. Any question? Must be a lot of questions. Okay, I don't see any question in the chat. You can ask question now. So this time, we do still this time, but next week is change, okay? So next week, Vietnam, satsang will be at 6 a.m. So you have to get up early, okay? So next week is 6 a.m. Same on Thursday. And for people in USA, California, it's around 3 p.m. Okay, that we send you Zoom link normal. If you can, I don't know, you are working maybe at 3 p.m. But also you can tune in. I do a satsang at the yoga farm, questions, answers weekly. You can also go there, and it's at 7:30 p.m. Pacific time on, I think on Wednesday. Okay.
On Monday, starting on January 24th.
Yeah. Monday, January 24th.
Starting January 24th.
Something January 24th. Then we do the satsang at the yoga farm on Monday. But next week, something, we will do the satsang at 6 a.m. Vietnam time. And converting to your country, then it will be 3 p.m. or 6 p.m. depending you are East Coast, West Coast. So somebody asked how to turn the energy from negative to positive. There's a lot of things to do. You need to take a course or a retreat on positive thinking. And there's a book on positive thinking manual. So I cannot talk all of these techniques here because there's a lot to do. But please try to find the book and then sign up for any course of positive thinking. Okay. The question, how I can receive the energy of God completely. Yeah, that's a good question because you have a lot of energy, but you don't access. Okay. So basically you have to be more selfless. Okay. If you are more selfless, then this ego is not blocking the flow, then you become more expanded and then you receive much more prana from the inside. Okay. So take the time, do your self-inquiry, find out what you need to improve and what you need to stay away from. And at midnight on the 31st, you can lit a little fire and then you burn your New Year result. You send it with the God of fire to heaven. You keep one copy for you, so you don't forget. Okay? So do your little homework from now to tomorrow. Because if you don't make resolve, then you don't know your improvement. But if you make resolve, then you can improve. So thank you. Om Namah Shivaya.
Yeah, one more question.
One more question, who? So somebody asked how to control the emotions in an intelligent manner. If you want to control the emotions with intelligence, then you need to think how this emotion is a waste of time. And then you would, you see how it pull you down, and it doesn't solve anything. Okay, but usually to control, no, you don't talk about control emotions with the intellect. You have to shift the emotion, negative emotion, to positive emotion, not to control only with intellect.
The next question.
Làm thế nào để con không cảm thấy có lỗi khi nói không với các vấn đề không còn phù hợp So that you just have to accept that you are in the process of change, Phan Huyền. You are in the process of change. So when you say no, because now certain things are not fitting you anymore, you don't like it anymore, and you say no, and you still feel some guilt feeling. So the question is how to remove the guilt feeling. Yeah. So because you say no, then you feel guilty. But you have to accept moment by moment your own progress. Yeah, because you progressing, so certain things seem to be normal before, but now you don't accept. Okay, so to not feeling guilty when things are changing, you have to improve in your acceptation, okay, of the change. The river constantly flowing, your life constantly changing. No one can expect your life to be the same, and you cannot expect yourself to be the same. So you need to, yeah, in the New Year resolve.
Yeah.
So we are sending the link to the New Year resolve form in the chat.
I will send the chat box now.
So she will send it in the chat box.
You can download it.
And you download it. And then you fill in the New Year resolve. Not too difficult, not too easy. And then you burn it in a fire with mantra at midnight tomorrow. So you send it off and you keep one copy for you, so you will follow throughout the year. You see, so she put it in the chat box, the New Year resolution.
The question is, what should we do with the rest of the copy when we keep it?
The rest of the copy, you put it on your wall so you can, yeah, so you can look at it. Okay. Okay, so Happy New Year, everyone. Yeah, prepare yourself, enter into the new year strong and healthy, even though the COVID situation is still challenging, but don't be afraid, okay? And be very careful protecting yourself and protecting other people, and know it's a positive opportunity for you not to spend time, waste time, not to waste time. So then you have to, turn inward more and keep life simple. Okay. Oh.